Today, we take a closer look at one of the most inspiring leaders in Africa, President Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso. Since taking office in 2022 as the youngest leader in Africa, Traoré has captured the hearts and minds of millions across the continent. Ibrahim Traoré's rise to power came at a crucial time. After the previous administration struggled to contain the rising threat of terrorism, Traoré and his comrades in the military took charge. But what sets him apart from many others? His actions speak louder than words. Burkina Faso has been a battleground for extremist groups, with citizens caught in the crossfire. Upon taking office, Traoré made it his mission to reclaim Burkinabe land from terrorists. He immediately reorganized the military, ensuring that troops were well-equipped and better supported. With a vision rooted in sacrifice, solidarity, and African unity, he has proven to be more than just a military leader. He is a beacon of hope for the future of Burkina Faso and Africa. Traoré, a military captain before his presidency, took over during one of Burkina Faso's most turbulent times. Facing security threats from insurgent groups and a crumbling economy, his leadership came at a time when many had lost faith. But Traoré's actions have reignited hope. Let's explore why Ibrahim Traoré may very well be the best president in Africa right now. One of Traoré's first moves as president was to reject the traditional trappings of power. Unlike his predecessor, who increased his salary, Traoré has opted out of receiving any presidential salary, choosing instead to keep his military captain's wage. His reasoning? To lead by example in a time of sacrifice and show solidarity with the Burkinabe people. A humble yet powerful gesture that resonated deeply with the nation. We must all make sacrifices for the betterment of our country. My decision is simple: Burkina Faso cannot develop unless we all give something back. And Traoré's vision extended to his government as well. Under his leadership, Prime Minister Ibrahim Traoré took immediate action, slashing the salaries of ministers by 50%. These funds were redirected to the National Solidarity Fund to aid displaced citizens and those most in need. During these hard times, his administration's focus has always been clear. Burkina Faso is stronger when everyone, including its leaders, puts the nation first. But perhaps one of Traoré's most courageous moves was the decision to distance Burkina Faso from France's influence. For years, the people had called for an end to Francafrique, a system where France maintained control over its former African colonies. Inspired by the actions of Mali's Assimi Goïta, Traoré's administration took bold steps to assert Burkina Faso's sovereignty. In December 2022, his government suspended French state-sponsored media, Radio France International, and later expelled French troops from the country. This historic move ended a military agreement between Burkina Faso and France, signed back in 2018. By February 2023, all French troops had been withdrawn from Burkinabe soil. Traoré understood that to secure the future, Burkina Faso needed to forge its own path. His administration's vision went beyond breaking colonial ties. They sought new alliances in a rapidly changing, multipolar world. Burkina Faso began strengthening its relationships with Russia, Iran, and other nations that offered partnership without exploitation. In December 2022, Prime Minister Ibrahim Traoré visited Russia, where he expressed Burkina Faso's desire for deeper collaboration, particularly in the fight against terrorism. His government also initiated talks with Iran, exploring opportunities for economic, political, and military cooperation. But Traoré's vision is not limited to Burkina Faso. He dreams of a united Africa. Drawing inspiration from Pan-African icons like Thomas Sankara, Modibo Keïta, and Sékou Touré, Traoré has championed the idea of an African federation. His administration has been in talks with leaders from Mali and Guinea, laying the groundwork for a united Sahel. In February 2023, Malian and Burkinabe officials announced a joint consultation framework to collaborate on security, political integration, and economic development. The vision? A Mali-Burkina Faso Guinea federation that could withstand external pressures and usher in a new era of African unity. At the Pan-African Film and Television Festival of Ouagadougou, Mali was named the country of honor, solidifying the growing alliance between the two nations. Traoré's administration is also working on developing an interconnected infrastructure to bring these dreams to life, starting with the Ouagadougou-Bamako-Conakry Railroad. Ibrahim Traoré's actions embody the revolutionary spirit of Sankara. With every move, he shows that Burkina Faso is not just fighting for its survival but for its dignity, independence, and prosperity. He is leading the nation towards self-sufficiency and Pan-African unity while pushing back against foreign dominance. In Traoré, the people see a leader who is not afraid to make difficult decisions, who leads with humility, and who places the future of his country and Africa above all. However, President Ibrahim Traoré's journey has just begun, but his actions have already placed him among Africa's most visionary leaders. Burkina Faso stands tall, and Africa watches in admiration as a new era unfolds. So, what do you think? Is Ibrahim Traoré Africa's best president right now? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth stories about Africa's rising leaders. This is not just a story about one man, but a story of a nation and a continent on the rise.